What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the local meta report here in St. Louis, Missouri. I, of course, am Brad, aka the mayor of Lorcana and co-host of the Rules of Villainy podcast. This is a video series where each and every week, or supposed to be each and every week, I go through the latest and greatest in Disney Lorcana winning decks here in St. Louis, celebrating our great players, our great community, and of course, the stores that we get to play in week after week. We are 3 weeks away from my wedding, so as I told you last week, I am trying to pop in. I'm trying to stay consistent as much as possible and pop in and do this report for everybody, but I don't know when is going to be my last one. It could be this one. It could be next week. It's definitely not going to be the week after that. I will be gone then, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It has been a crazy last few weeks planning for the wedding, but like I said, I want to stay consistent and celebrate everybody. I have 3 decks for you this week over 4 nights of Disney Lorcana. You'll see what that means in just a second. Let's get into the first one now. All right, and our first deck of the week comes to you by way of Bodach's Games Thursday Night League. We have Christian going 3-0 with Blurple. This is a first-timer on the local meta report. I'm so happy to be featuring Christian's deck here. It's actually a funny story. I literally asked Kirsten that day here at Rules of Villainy. I was like, I haven't seen Veronica and Christian in a while. I wonder if I hope everything's okay. And sure enough, they had some personal stuff. They showed up on Thursday night, had a great time, and Christian got it done. So happy for him. We're looking at a Blurple deck here that looks like it's pretty much run-of-the-mill, the Blurple that we've come to know and either love or hate, depending on what side of the table you're on, the last couple sets. We do see he is running 3 of the Tigger for the tempo change there in the mid-range. Tigger is a controversial card here at Rules of Villainy. Some of us like him, some of them don't, but we do see the disruption that he does cause. And I did see some of that on Thursday night watching the game I didn't get to play Christian, but I got to see him play a few games, and that Tigger can be really annoying. We do have one of the Wasabi in here, a little bit of item tech if in the mirror matches, if somebody's foolish enough to leave a junior Woodchuck guidebook out, you can pop that. Most of the time, this card is only in here for the dogs that are running rampant, and you want to get rid of that Chromacon. But I don't know if anybody was running dogs on Thursday nights. Doesn't matter. Blurple found the 3-0 through Christian. Everything else here in the mid game, we got the Elsa Hades, Demona, and then the big Hades for the hard removal. More hard removal with Into the Unknown and Let It Go being back with the reprints in this set makes this deck just super powerful. So congratulations to Christian. So happy to feature you on here. So happy to have you back playing again. And I'm sure we'll see you on here again. All right, all the way out in O'Fallon, Missouri at Manticore Game Shop at the other Thursday night league here in St. Louis. Rules of Villainity's own Megan, longtime supporter, teammate, and most importantly, friend, got it done with Amber Steel. A no shame net deck. This is a familiar deck. You've probably seen, if you're in the Lorcana community, you've probably seen this deck already. If you watch this video series, you saw her do the same thing last week with the exact same deck. It is a powerful deck. It is very, very good. I don't think there are many things much more powerful right now than this 2-cost Angel underdog who can come out on turn 1 if you're on the draw, singing a Coup d'Etamuti and bringing out one of your 4 drops, specifically an evolved version of herself, the legendary Angel. What is her title here? Experiment 624, that just sets up your discarding for damage mechanic, as well as Chief Powhatan can come out on 2 as well with the Coup d'Etamuti. Not to mention the Coup also lets you draw a card, which is just absolutely insane. Getting a 4-drop out on 2, and the Powhatan being a 5/5. He can't challenge, but he protects everything behind him as a 5/5. Just gross. And then both of them can sing Zeus on their next turn. He hurled his Thunderbolt. So really, really strong deck. Grandmother Willow allows Lilo to be recurred from the discard for 1. Mowgli snipes an action out of your hands. You got the Turtle and Vanessa to be able to sing the 4-cost songs. If you don't find Angel on 1, you can play them on 2 to gear up your songs. Your songs are Della's for strength reduction and card draw, Akud for cost reduction and a card, Strength of a Raging Fire, and of course he hurled his Thunderbolt, Diet Zeus as we call him over here. You got your Docs, 4 of those to just draw 2 cards whenever you play him, discard your hand, of course, but he's usually a late mid-game play to refill your hand a little bit and keep the ball rolling with this Angel. Like every time I play this deck and that Angel comes out, well, I'm like, here we go to start picking away at my board, and it works very, very consistently. And of course, former villain of the week, Nani here, who allows you to look at 4 cards and take a 2-cost or lower from the deck. from those 4 cards. So lots of hand replenishment here. Ariel is a boost card that allows you to draw a card every time a song is played, once per turn. Of course, I'm starting to ramble here. Apologies, but yeah, it's a very, very good deck, and something to look out for because it is strong. There's a couple different versions of it out there right now. I think the Diego version, or the Habibi version, I should say, features the 6-cost Goliath that came out last set, which is a good addition there as well. But Megan didn't need to change anything this week because it was so consistent both last week and this week. Why? We're getting into set championship season. The only thing she's going to have to worry about is, the meta changing a little bit and if there's any kind of counter to this. But right now, 6-0 in the last 2 weeks is pretty good. So congratulations to Megan. Let's move on to the last deck of the week. Finally, our last deck of the week comes to you by way of Justin from Team Snuggly Duckling, getting it done at the Collector Store both Tuesday night and Friday night leagues with Blurple. And the biggest takeaway that I can see here in comparison to Christian's deck is, one, he is not running the Wasabi. He was not fearing any kind of item removal needed in his matchups in those 2 nights. And most notably here, he's only running 2 Genies, which is at a time would have been unheard of, but I feel like that's starting to be more and more like the trend as Blurple continues to evolve in this meta. We're starting to see a little less Genies here and there, and still seeing the success because Blurple is that strong of a deck. All the other numbers look about the same. He is running the I keep saying Tigger, the Tigger for tempo disruption there, and then all the high end cards. I mean, this deck, once it hits its ramp, it just goes there. It is very, very hard to stop it, especially with the big evasives like Iago. If you don't have an answer for him, you have to have an answer for Iago, a 4/6 evasive. Good thing he has Vanish, and hopefully you have some actions to take care of him. But then once you get to the Elsa, Hades, Demona, and the big Hades, there's not a lot you can do. I played Andy on the last round of the night at Bodach, and played my Mowgli and seeing his just nut draw. Like every single turn, he was just going to be miles ahead of me and then he saw, of course, all 4 Hades, 7-cost Hades, and I was like, what can you even do about that? And you have all the ink in the world to play them. You have all the draw in the world with the guidebooks, with the Demonas, with the Dumbo and the evasive package. It's just absolutely great. Justin's a great player, found success on both Tuesday and Friday nights leagues with this deck, and not a whole lot else to say. Blurple has been a thing for quite a while, and it's finally starting to get its due. There was a question on the Rules of Villainy podcast this week: is Blurple the best deck? And we talk about it quite a bit, despite our video thumbnail being about the Ink Geyser. So definitely check that out if you're interested. I'm going off on a tangent here, but congratulations to Justin. We talk about your decks on here all the time because great player as usual, and I'm sure we will see you on here again. And that's going to do it. That's going to wrap up this week's Meta Report. Hopefully it didn't feel too rushed to you. I feel like maybe I rushed a little bit, but that is just the nature of it right now with how swamped I am with life in general and the wedding being just a couple weeks away. I still want to make an effort any chance I get to celebrate the community and the friends I've made here in this community here in St. Louis, and the stores and just the game in general. We're having so much fun with it. And if you as the viewers, thank you for tuning in. We love your support. Thank you so much tuning in week to week for the podcast, the Deck Test Tuesdays, and all of our live streams. It means the world. We are rapidly approaching our 100th episode, and we couldn't do it without your support. Like we love this game so much, but all the support that we get from you guys makes it that much more worth it, and can't thank you enough. So thank you for tuning in. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notification for all of that and more. We'll continue doing this. We hope that you continue enjoying it. Until next time, happy questing.